My name is Antoine Allanore. I'm a faculty in the Department of Materials Science and Engineering at MIT. My research is about metal extraction and manufacturing, where we are trying to develop new technologies that allow to extract metals in a more sustainable manner. Before joining MIT, I worked for several years in the iron and steel industry in the research and development area, trying to think about novel processes to make iron without greenhouse gases emissions. Now is a great time to rethink the way we extract metals and minerals. We have had several decades of exceptional economical development of this industry. We need to increase our capacity of production because there is more and more demand, particularly from China. Everyone realizes now that this period is over, and now is the time to sit back and think about the technology that we are using and how to make sure they take into account the environmental constraint. There is a second reality, which is demographics. In the last 30 years, the world population has increased by 2 billion. And if you look at the corresponding GDP per capita and materials consumption per capita, they have actually drastically increased, much faster than the population growth. This is telling us that as we get more and more people these days on the planet, they are actually consuming more and more raw materials, and in particular, they are consuming more and more metals and minerals. The interesting aspect is that in the next 30 years, demographics anticipate that we will have 2 more billion people again, mostly 1 billion in Africa and around 1 billion in Southeast Asia. So we can see that now is the perfect time to actually understand and propose new technologies that will allow these 2 additional billion people to get access to metals and minerals in a way that is more sustainable. This sustainability includes not only the environmental impact, but also the fact that there is probably less transportation. They are extracted from resources that are locally available, respecting the local economy as well as the local environment. We have organized what is called the Metals and Minerals for the Environment program, which is an opportunity to bring together industries that are involved in any steps of the supply chain, from the raw materials to the metal extraction down to the manufacturing, and faculty that have been working in areas that are of key relevance to this industry. So for example, we are bringing together people from chemistry who have developed new solvents that have been used for other industries, but that can be relevant for metals extraction or minerals separation. We are also working with people from the Sloan School who can develop new ways to evaluate what is the impact of policy decisions or even strategic decisions on the long-term sustainability of mining operations. So we have a great opportunity now at MIT to have all these different technology or research developments that have been made in different applications, different fields. Sometimes the oil industry, sometimes the pharmaceutical industry, sometimes the material science for semiconductor, for example, and we are proposing to gather this effort in order to provide new solutions, new technical solutions or policy decisions that will allow the metals and mining industry to be more sustainable, that is to say, be able to cope with environmental issues as well as continue to grow in terms of market. Now is the right time to do this development at MIT because we have a great maturity in these different technology areas. We have examples for new sensors, which are much cheaper than they used to be. We have new solvents that were not developed before. And now the idea is try to think of how we can combine these different elements to propose the technologies of the future for metals and mining.